guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do something a little different. I don't usually do a product test, but Mark found this really cool thing on the internet and I just had to try it. So I got one. We've got a Scorch Marker. How cool is that? But if you give me just a few minutes to get set up, I'm going to show you all about this and we're going to see if it really works. Okay, we're going to get this opened up. And while we're working on this part, I went through and I read all of the instructions a couple of times. And I visited their website. And these are supposed to be completely safe and non-toxic. And they're supposed to be really easy to use. But, okay, we're going to read simple instructions. Let's see. Okay, you want to take your surface and you want to sand it and get it all cleaned up. And you shake it really well and prime it. And you apply your design. And then you apply heat until desired burn is achieved. Now, I have a handy-dandy heat gun. And it says you can use any source of heat over 300 degrees. But they did recommend a heat gun at 375 degrees. So, let's open this up. Alright, and they did say it was a double-sided tip. And you can see it's got a pointy end and a rounded end, more like a pin. I'll probably choose to use that one. Make sure that's on good and tight. Now it does say to prime it and to use a paper towel to prime it. So let's do that real quick. Okay, the fluid comes in there pretty good. Just tap it down on the paper towel. I don't know how well you can see that. It's a lot like just a regular kid's Crayola marker. Alright. Now, a few things that I read when I was going through the website and stuff said that if you make your design and you don't have time to heat it up right away, it'll still work weeks later even after it's dried. And I've got some of these really fancy, really fine stencils, and thought maybe I'd try to put my name on one. So let's see how this works. Okay, looks like I got some on there, so why don't we continue on. This is the first time I've ever tried this, and I'm not sure I can see it very well to line it up. Oh, we got a little bit of excess. Now, they did say that if you get some excess, just to dab the extra off. It might thicken up the letter a little bit. And I'm pretty sure you probably can't see that, but it does give a kind of a wet, kind of lemon watery look to it. But let's get this finished. Can line it up a little bit here. Not too bad. Not doing too bad. One last lever. I'd really be interested to see how well this did, you know, the fine, intricate details that can sometimes be really difficult with a wood burner. I don't know how well that got on there. Kind of a small space. We'll just add a little bit. Okay, and we'll set that one aside. And I would like to try too one of these really fancy ones. It looks like the head of the marker will get down in there, but I'm really interested in seeing how well it does the details. So let's pick that one because it's got the right size on that piece of wood. Now it does say that you can use just about any kind of wood, and gourds act like a real soft, like a balsa wood, like these little pieces. So I would tend to think that it would be really easy to do. But, see, I think I got that one pretty good. Yeah, and we'll test that one. And we should probably do a little test over here. I've got my bigger piece of wood. Oh, I missed one on here. Just go ahead and put a line in there. Okay. Now this is the piece of wood that I made my wreath on the other day. And I've already sanded this corner up here. Put that there where you can see it. And we'll try it on. I think this is just old pine wood. I think it was actually a piece that I got out of the shop when they were cutting their scraps of wood and stuff. So. Get this really fancy one put in here. Okay, I think I got all the pieces on it. It looks like I did. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and put this up. I don't know if you can see that, but that whole tube is actually filled with fluid. And another thing I read too is if your tip dries out, you can just wash it and clean it up and soften it back up and then dry it out and put it right back in there and use it again. So, I'm going to put these aside and I'm going to get out my handy dandy heat gun. And I do believe that Mark just knocked at the door. So, let's see what he's got in mind. And we'll be right back with the heat gun. Okay, so I'm going to get ready and get my heat gun set up. And Mark brought me this gourd. And it's a little thin-walled and it needs a little repair over here. It's actually more suited to just painting for a birdhouse. But he went over part of the top of it just so that we could show you what it looks like on the gourd. And it's going to take me just a second to get my heat gun out and get it all set up and stuff. So I'm going to put a break in here, and I know the heat gun will make a little bit of noise too. So give me just a minute to get set up on that, and I'll be right back. This is my take on everything. I'm going to move the camera down here. Okay, so it does work. But you can see it did burn in on all three of these pieces down there in the corner. But when I first started it, I started it at 380 degrees, and then it was so slow that it was hardly color changing at all. So I raised the temp up twice and got up to 680. So by the time I got over to this piece here, it went a lot faster, and it probably would be darker if I'd have stuck to it a little bit longer. But it definitely requires a much higher temp, and especially if you have to sit and hold the heat gun. Now, if you had a stand for the heat gun, you could probably put it at 375 degrees and just let it sit there. But I don't have a stand for it, and I was just working on it just on my own, and my hand got a little tired. So that would be my suggestion. It does work. You know, I did get it to work, but it definitely needs a higher temp. So I'm not really sure what to say. It's a little disappointing, but not absolutely terrible. I mean, it will work, but I'll set this aside and I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, so that was my first ever product review, and you know, just here at the end, show them again. And it does work, but it's got to be a little bit higher temp, but you can see that one too. Okay, so yeah, it's cool, and you could probably get some of the really intricate work done, but you just got to be a little bit patient with it. So I'm just going to leave that there and let you decide on your own. That's just my take on it, and it's the first time I've ever done a product review. It just for me, not for anybody else, just for me. And yeah, well, that's all I got. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Don't forget to ring that little bell. It'll give you a notification when we make a new video, or I do something really goofy. And if you enjoyed my video, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to leave any comments or questions that you might have in the little box below. And I don't know, it was fun though. I did enjoy doing it, and I like to learn new things. So we'll just chalk that up to King of learning something new. But anyway, love you guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.